guys. We got about 5 minutes here. Go ahead.
Jake, how do you feel about this card, man? History in the making, women's card. Man, the same question to you.
Well, I'm truly honored. I'm truly honored, and I'm so blessed to have a great team. MVP, Jake, Nikisa, they're really building the women in boxing, and it's truly a blessing. What they've done for me, I can never. I'm so thankful, and now what we're gonna do for these ladies is just another level for us women.
Yeah, it's just a step in the right direction, and it's all thanks to Netflix, the team at MVP, Madison Square Garden, and Amanda and Katie really for putting on amazing fights that the whole world loved, historic fights.
But who would have known the biggest network, Netflix, to put on and to believe in women's boxing is truly amazing. And the Garden, we headlined for the first time now is an all-women's card. Like, look what we've done.
Jake, Kevin Garcia with Fight Hype. I got 2 questions for you, Jake. I mean, the last time I saw you personally was in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center, and there was a lot going on that night. I gotta ask you, how real or what was to it with you and Tank actually being a thing? Was that something that was talked about?
Yeah, no, it was highly talked about and in negotiations and almost ready to make happen, but he has to do his rematch with Lamont and get that W, and then we'll be able to run it back. But me and Gervonta were scheduled to fight for sure.
Nice, thank you. Now, my next question for you, Jake, I got to know how you, or what's your approach to signing Alicia and having Amanda in the past? Alicia has called her out a lot. That's going to be a constant question. So what's your guys' approach to that? Is that something that, from an MVP standpoint, is even a consideration or not really?
It's whatever Amanda wants to do, you know, and she's just had the best career and, you know, all these massive fights and has worked so hard. So it's really just whatever she wants to do, and we'll make it happen.
We've been on the biggest stages, me and my career with Jake, and now it's time to put them on the big stage. Now it's time for them to make the money, get the recognition that they deserve. So, you know, one fight at a time. Let's do this. Let's build her up, and let's see how it goes. You know, I've been in this game for 16 years. I got Katie Taylor in front of me, and we'll see what happens after that.
Jake, you've obviously achieved a lot in boxing yourself in the ring, but where does it rank, this achievement, what you've done for women's boxing, what you've done for Amanda Serrano, and sort of the pedestal you've put the sport on now? Is that at the top of your sort of the biggest things you've achieved?
Yeah, I would say it's probably got to be number one, man. And just helping others is the true fulfillment in life, and this is just such a big moment for women, and she's the most deserving of it. And we really just started this all 3.5 years ago and made it all come true, and it's just an honor to shine a spotlight on such an amazing fighter.
Amanda, you've been in the sport a long time before Jake came along. Did you ever think days like this were possible, where you earn these type of paydays and you put on cards like these?
Never in a million years did I ever think that I will make close to $1 million in female boxing. But these guys came into my life and they changed all of that. Now, yes, I broke the record with the highest paid female athlete, combat athlete. But listen, records are meant to be broken, and now these ladies, these amazing talented ladies, are coming up in the sport, and who knows, one day they will make more than that. So I'm rooting for them. I want them to do good. I want them to be better, and it's just sky's the limit for us women now.
Jake, the Canelo fight fell through at the last minute. What's next for you? What do you want next?
Yeah, there's a long list of names, man, but it's funny, like, I've said this before in boxing, and it holds true, but boxers don't like boxing. They don't want to sign the contract. So we'll see what happens, but at the end of the day, I'm just going to keep on training and staying in the gym. But we do have an announcement next week, but I'm just not going to leak anything, and, like, we've had these fights pulled twice now at the 1 yard line, Canelo, Gervonta. So I'm just not going to jinx it and say anything.
In the UK, Carl Froch has had a lot to say about you. He said he wants to fight you. Is that a fight that you'd entertain?
No. Next question. Yeah, no, that we're gonna plan that for 2026. I talked to Anthony on the phone. You know, he called me up and was like, "I saw you call me out," and he's like, "Let's run it. Let's make it happen."
Jake, why do you love boxing?
Why I love boxing? There was a time where, why I love boxing is I just love going in there and proving myself. There's times in the gym where you're asking yourself, why am I doing this? And then when you go out there and you perform on the biggest stage and go out there and do what I do, be like, this is why I do it for. What I'm doing for these ladies on this card, that's why I do what I do. That's why I love boxing, because it's always changing. It's never the same thing over and over again. There was a time where I didn't like it, but now I love it.
Thank you guys.
Jake,
Guys.
Sorry.